I'm from Texas. My sister went into the Army right after high school, and graduation day is coming up. And I was back and forth with, we're not gonna go. Deep inside of me, I was always like, I'm gonna go, because that's something to appreciate that she's doing for us. The day that I was supposed to be going back home, as I got up to go to the restroom and get ready, is when I started experiencing like something coming out of me, and I was like, I thought it was the head of the baby. I realized that I was gonna be here for a while. I was pregnant with twins, and they said they would try to keep both babies in for as long as they could. They found baby B's heart, but they couldn't find baby A. And then they did like an ultrasound, and he was already coming out breech. And I went into the operating room by myself. One of the nurses told me, I'll take the pictures for you. And I was like, thank you, at least I'll get to have those memories. Baby A came out and he had to be resuscitated. That's Noah, the one that's still here. Baby B was fine, but she passed after 2 days.
She just started talking to us, and we did form a relationship with her rather quickly. She shared, a lot about her story and how scared she was. She was here for a graduation from basic training for her sister, and that turned into her being here for the last almost 4 months. That's very significant. She has a whole life in Texas.
I've missed out on my middle son's birthday. I've missed out on Halloween. I've missed out on Thanksgiving. I've missed out on a lot. And to not be there on Christmas, it would have torn them apart.
I knew, over the past several weeks, I talked about, are you going to go home for Christmas? Because she does have 3 young boys at home and a spouse. Her first response was always, I don't want to leave Noah. The next night she came in and I said, have you thought any more about our conversation? And she said, I did. I talked to my husband about it. I simply can't. We just simply can't afford it. And I said, that's all I needed to hear. And then told her, we would like to buy you an airplane ticket to go home for Christmas.
To have them cover that expense, it means everything to me. Getting home to my children and hearing them say, Mom, you're the best gift ever. I really appreciate them.
And I thanked her for allowing us to be able to do that for her. Because that, for us, we were talking about, that meant more to us than even giving Christmas to our own children.
Absolutely. Yeah. We couldn't think of anyone else that deserved to go be with their family more than Miss Hernandez.
I just feel a bond with these nurses. I just don't know why we made this connection, but they're amazing. I feel like God put them in my path. There's still hope. There's still people that are nice and kind and that are gonna be there for you. I feel like with me not having my family, they become your family.
We saw this need. We saw somebody that was so deserving, and instantly everyone was ready to come out of their pocket and, joyfully to give to her and to let her be home with her kids for Christmas, because no mother should be apart from their kids for Christmas.